All of the people that I met during law school, Cynthia was the most inspiring.
She's a great law professor. She knows her subject matter thoroughly, but she's also passionate about our students. She believes in their success. And I think her dedication to the law, her passion for the law benefiting individuals, comes through to her students in ways that can't really be quantified.
Enormously committed to social justice. Before she taught at Santa Clara, she was at CRLA, which makes perfect sense, that she would stand up for people who have so little power.
Indefatigable energy. She was known, I think, affectionately as the general. Somebody, if you want to get something done, you give it to Cynthia and she'll go out and get that done.
Cynthia is larger than life. She is a ball of energy, and she's a person who you can tell deeply cares about the clients, the students, and about social justice.
You know, she is someone who just accumulates students as part of her life.
She has this amazing way to bring people together, but she also has so much love. And she really, I think, wherever she's coming from, it's because she loves people and wants to make the world a better place.
I became interested in law through a total fluke. I had an old boyfriend at Stanford who one day suggested that perhaps I should think about law rather than social work. And after I graduated from Stanford, I started thinking, I wonder if I can become a lawyer. Then I was faced with the dilemma, do I go get my master's in social work or do I go to law school? And I decided to try law school, and if it didn't work out, I could always switch. As I was a child, being reared in a family that was very committed to social justice, I remember going with my mother with baskets of food to take to people who didn't have enough to eat. We also always had people living with us who needed places to live. And so I think from the time I was born, practically, I had been indoctrinated with social justice concepts, became part of who I was and who I am.
The Katharine and George Alexander Community Law Center has a twofold mission, and that's to train law students to become social justice advocates and to provide free legal services for the low-income community. We do that in three main practice areas: consumer law, immigration law, and also workers' rights. We serve about 1,000 clients annually through our community workshops, our direct legal services programs, and just getting out among the community and with partner organizations.
If you want to meet people and advise them on their rights and find out how to sort of interview a client, how to interview someone who has a problem, analyze the problem, spot the issue, and then provide them with the legal context and framework to move forward in that issue, you knew that you had to take a practical curriculum class at the Alexander Community Law Center.
The then dean, Mac Player, came into my office one day and said, I need you to run the law center. And I said, well, I don't know how to run the law center. And he said, but you're one of the active California lawyers, and we need somebody who can be an administrator. But I knew, because I just returned from an immersion trip to El Salvador, where I had determined that I was going to do something in terms of helping our community here in San Jose, that I would take the offer of the job, so to speak, take the job as executive director of the East San Jose Community Law Center, which is what it was called at the time.
I think her stepping into the law center at a key time really was extremely important. And I know the work they do, not just as an alum, but here in the congressional office. You know, we interface with the law center because there's so many needy people, they don't have access to legal services.
Cynthia was doing an extraordinary job, I thought, of directing the clinic. She had taken over from a prior director of the program. This was her first voyage into clinical education, and was doing a terrific job. It was one of those things as a new dean at that time that I simply didn't need to worry about. Her
The beauty was that the missions and my personal beliefs and personal commitments all coincided. And so we know that our mission is to teach students. That's a university mission, and I was able to see that happening. I was able to see the students light a fire in their hearts to serve the community. And at the same time, we're out there in the community helping people who had no other people to help them. So it was an incredibly enriching experience.
Any idea that anybody brings to her, she is a cheerleader. She is so positive and upbeat, and she infuses us all with her energy and her support and her dynamism.
Professor Mertens really inspires people to be their best, to do the best. That's what she models, and because she models that, I think people really step up. They feel like they have the room and the space to do what's ever needed to get the job done. Today, the face of legal education is changing, and we're looking at our policies, our procedures, the way we do things, and we're changing a little bit as well. We want to make sure that we stay in the front, that we stay ahead, that our students are equipped, and that we're providing the legal services that our community needs. We know that we're doing that right now, but we're continuing to build upon where we've been.
As I leave the Alexander Community Law Center, I see it being in a very good place in terms of staff, students, and the attorneys. I see the mission being fulfilled, the community is being served, and generally speaking, it's a very optimistic, happy place to be. I enjoy and enjoyed throughout my time there going to work each day.
Cynthia, I want to congratulate you on this well-deserved award.
Cynthia, I'm so excited for you and so happy for you. I don't think anyone is more deserving of this award.
And I know you will continue to make a difference in the lives of so many.
We are so fortunate here at Santa Clara University to have had you for over 40 years.
Thank you for your commitment to the Alexander Community Law Center, to Santa Clara University, and to our larger community.